Hello everyone, MeanSpeed here with another Renegade Line video. Today I'm going to be talking about everything we were shown from late July to now, which includes the new updated map, the third Q&A, and also the reveal of what the weapons will look like in the game. So starting with the map changes, we can see once again the textures have been updated and they look even better than before. We've seen, lots of progression with the map for a while now, and I think most of us would agree that with each update, as time's gone on, it just looks better and better. I mean, we can see the progression, especially with the trees and the mountains, is huge, and I really can't wait to play on the map now that it looks awesome. Well, even more awesome. If I had to say what these current screenshots of the map remind me of, then it would probably be a mix of Alpine Assault because of the trees and the wood everywhere, but also Fortress Frenzy because of the rocks, the mountains, and also just the tents and little details like that. But yeah, overall I really like the changes, and I'm hoping this will be maybe the last graphical change to the map before the alpha release, because anything even better than this would just seem too much for an alpha and also slightly unnecessary, because I mean, obviously you expect an alpha to be very early stages, not looking that amazing, but even this is just really good just for an alpha. So yeah. The third Q&A was focused on maps, competitive, and also the classes in the game. But I want to go over all of the new information and interesting stuff we found out. Not just a few things like I always do with the Q&As, not just to make the video longer, but also since it's, stuff that's, all of it is worth talking about really, and it would be a shame to miss something out. So, yeah. First of all, we know that on release, the game will have 2 to 3 maps. Now, since we've only seen a lot of progress on one specific map, I'm thinking the other 2 might just be different versions, as these old pictures showed that the map, well, it shows the map with different themes, such as autumn and also winter, and we did obviously get the winter screenshots as well from December, but of course I could be wrong, and that winter idea, it might have been scrapped with the other maps just being very early stages or progressing well without being shown to us. Maybe they did make the others and they just haven't shown them, but who knows. We also found out that there will be a new map released from the developers at least every 6 months. Now, this might seem a slow progress to you all, but there's a good reason for that. First of all, Raw Vengeance are a fairly small team, so stuff like this takes a while. However, I think this time frame was given as we were also told we'll be able to create our own maps in the future, which means that, while Raw Vengeance work on other updates to the game, the community can create maps that will be implemented to make up for the developers not putting much of their own time into maps specifically. And I'm personally really hyped to make maps and interested to see how it'll work and how much freedom we'll have with the map creator. I mean, on BFH, I made countless threads and posts asking for a map editor, trying to find out information. Obviously, I did eventually edit and make my own map. Well, not make, but I did find out how to change maps and stuff. But yeah, it's something I'm personally really interested in. So yeah, it's just really great news for me. I mean, obviously other people will hopefully find it interesting as well. But yeah, there will be contests where you can submit maps, and both the developers and the community will choose and vote for the winners, most likely in a similar format to how the Crosshair contest was done. So yeah, I'm assuming there will also be limits to how much we can add due to too many objects causing strain on people's computers and making the game really heavy in size. We were shown what the ranks for the competitive or the ranked mode will be, which range from wooden, yep, I know Raw Vengeance are a bit obsessed with wood, no further comments needed, all the way to platin, which just means platinum, they just used the German word in the video. But yeah, the system is similar to other games where your rank drops or increases depending on your performance, and of course the dream goal is to reach that platinum rank and also to maybe compete in various tournaments that will be set up to obviously have fun, but also to possibly win prizes such as money and hopefully other things like exclusive items in the game, or maybe Renegade line merchandise like shirts or something like that. That would be really nice, mouse mats and all of that. We got some really important information about the classes, which I was really glad about since I had a lot of questions about, well, about some of the classes, you know, what they'd be like, what roles they'd fulfill, and I can imagine many other people had such questions as well. So basically, as we know, and as we've known for a while, there are 4 classes: the spotter, the tank, the agent, and the sniper. But we also obviously got the sort of the roles and what they'll do. So I'm going to read them off here now. So the spotter is a support class. He can spot enemies for his team. So I'd imagine he'd have abilities to show the location of enemies, similar to something like Sixth Sense, or maybe something to mark the positioning of an individual target, similar to Mark Target. The spotter can also heal teammates and can revive teammates. Now I'm glad we found this out, because my question was, will we have a healer? Because none of the names of the classes to me seem to stand out as this is a healer. So at least now we know that we do have a healer and we know who it is. We didn't get any more information on reviving though, and I think that's a huge topic, as it would be nice to know information such as how reviving works, if the spotter needs to walk over a dead teammate and hold down a key or something to revive them, use an ability halfway across the map to revive someone or something like that. And it would also be interesting to know how many people he can revive at once, if he can do that, and also how much ammo and health teammates get revived with, as well as how frequently this can be done, as it can be a real game changer to revive people on your team, to be honest. The tank's role is to protect teammates with various shields, and he'll most likely have more health than the other classes due to the nature of his name and his role. We don't yet know the specifics on his shield abilities though, but obviously we do already know one of his abilities, which was shown a few months ago, which is Meltdown, which will give him ammo back for any explosive damage he takes. Since we know he can use various shields, it's likely there'll be more to them than just a generic shield that protects you from damage. His other shields could maybe give bonuses to teammates, such as giving them a bit of health, resistances to certain guns and classes, or maybe to give them ammo. I personally think the tank will be my most used class, as he has my preferred style. The agent is a fast moving class who can go invisible and teleport to take out individuals very quickly, like an assassin. Apparently he can also participate in team fights as well, so I'm interested to see what else he's capable of with his abilities, to see if he really is just a lone wolf, or he can in fact prove to be useful in those very team oriented competitive matches. I'm curious about his teleport ability, if it's something where he can choose a spot to teleport to and do it from there, or if it's like a forward warp or a backwards warp, something like that, or if it's just a case of being able to have his own personal teleporter spot on a map for him to teleport himself somewhere specific in that way, but I'm not sure. Finally, the sniper is, as expected, someone who picks people off from afar and who can provide cover fire. So yeah, we have 2 out of the 4 classes that seem to not be as team based as the others, but obviously that's something based just on the small descriptions we got in the Q&A. I'm sure when we know more on the abilities and when we see gameplay, we can see if there really will be more team based fights with the classes, and it won't just be, you know, the spotter and the tank being together for the whole game. So moving on to the weapons now, and this will sort of coincide with what I've been talking about, because not only did we get to see what sort of weapons are going to be in the game, you know, what they'll look like, but we also found out which class they go to from the Q&A. So I'll just quickly go over that now, and yeah, I should say that not all of the weapons were included, as in what they look like, and more to follow in the future. And yeah, for all we know, these weapons may still be changing slightly, and some of the pistols, for example, could change maybe depending on the class. We found out the tank will have a machine gun, a shotgun and a rocket launcher. The spotter will have an SMG, a pistol and a grenade. The agent will have a knife, a pistol and a mini bomb, and the sniper will have a sniper rifle, a pistol and a grenade launcher. The resident tank will have this machine gun, this shotgun and this rocket launcher. The wicked tank will have this machine gun, this shotgun and this rocket launcher. The resident spotter will have this SMG, and finally the wicked spotter, the wicked sniper and the wicked agent will have this pistol. That's it for all the weapons we saw in terms of putting them to a specific faction and class, but I still want to mention a few things here about the weapons. So first of all, as the screenshot, the image I already put up, obviously they changed slightly over time. There are still some things on that image that weren't put in the new images, So yeah, maybe things were scrapped and all of that, because obviously things have been changing a lot over time, not just with the map, obviously. But yeah, so if these are definitely what we're getting, it seems almost as if some ideas, like I just said, might have been scrapped. In particular, RV Omnipresence had some pretty unique concept designs. One of them, for example, was a banana type pistol and other such weapons that aren't shown here. So maybe those were scrapped, or maybe they just weren't shown for now, as, you know, like I said, not every type of weapon has been properly revealed here yet. I mean, also, it seems as if Raw Vengeance are encouraging the community to create their own weapon skins following the release of these images, which I think is really awesome and would set things up nicely for a weapon skin contest to win some alpha keys, as it's been a while since the Crosshair contest finished. I personally like the weapons, and I've got to admit, they do remind me of a few BFH weapons. For example, the pistol is pretty much the same as Gerhardt's Uber Greatest. The Resident Machine Gun is like the Cheeser, and the Wicked Machine Gun, and I know some people will hate me for saying this, reminds me of the Eraser Ray. Yeah, but overall very nice, and I'll probably start making my own weapon skins fairly soon anyway, and I encourage anyone else out there to make some, as it's just more potential customization to be added to the game, which is great. And also it's pretty fun to just make your own weapon skins and design your own stuff. So yeah, that's about it for the Renegade line news up to now. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.